All right, we want to welcome y'all to another episode of Testimony Tuesday. We want to welcome everybody to the Ragsdale channel. Again, it's Testimony Tuesday. I got my little bro, my little maestro, Lil Jay, Jeremy.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Up with me tonight. This is a young man that God brought in my life some years ago, a whole lot of years ago. I've watched him grow into a young man. So you know how we do it on Testimony Tuesday, Lil Jay. I like to impact the young people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to hear mess, but we need to let young people know success stories. So I want you to just hit on where you come from, a little of your background history, and just talk to the people, our channel members now.
Okay. How y'all doing? How y'all doing tonight? My name Jeremy, like he said, man, you know, people call me JC. You know, I was born in El Dorado, Arkansas, but raised in Oak Cliff, Texas. If y'all know this Dallas, it's Dallas. I was born in Arkansas, but I literally came to Oak Cliff when I was like, I had to be like maybe like 3 or 4 months old. And so I've been in Oak Cliff my whole entire life. And so, you know, as a young kid, you know, getting in trouble, mom and them had to go to work, you know, never, not having mama in the house because she had work trying to put food on the table for us. My grandmother lived in the house with us as well. And just as an adolescent child, you know, getting in trouble, trying to follow the crowd, be cool, so to speak, you know. Got in trouble. Raz wanted me to hit on this, but one time when I went to jail for one of the times when I went to jail um for a little charge or whatever, man, I called. My mama told me that I went to. They ended up taking me to Lou Steric, and my mama told me I was calling my mama and asked her to come pick me up, you know, come get me out or whatever. Because my first time going to, excuse me, my first time going to county jail, you know, and so my mama was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna come get you because you know you should have known what you were supposed to be doing or whatever." And so she ended up she ended up telling me I had to stay down there until they let me out, and they ended up PR bonding me and let me out for that or whatever. But I was a young boy back then, and it taught me when I was growing up, man, to you know that anything you get into life, trouble real easy to get into. This what a lot of young kids don't understand nowadays. Trouble really easy to get into, but hard to get out of. And so, you know, I said I was gonna start singing. So I always loved quartet music. My daddy used to always listen to to uh, the Canton Spirituals and Jackson Southerners and what's the name, Pilgrim Jubilees and all of them. And so, you know, I just started singing. And when I started singing, man, I said I wanted to be in a quartet like them. And so I found the first group, started driving to Dallas. Uh, I was trying to sing with the group or whatever. It was just a little small group that wasn't really doing too much, but I wanted to sing so bad. I was driving to Dallas, um, spending money, driving 4 hours to Dallas, uh, and not getting no money or anything like that. Spending, you know, wasting my gas and stuff, and just to go to practice. And then we would have a program every now and then, and so yeah, I mean, but that being in that group or whatever, just messing around with that group, that's how I ended up running in the rags. It was a dude named Ty, rest in peace, Ty. Tyrone, that's his real name, Tyrone. He he used to come to the group practice, the Tones of Glory, the group practice. He used to come to they practice and play for them or whatever. And Ty was like, man, you can sing with them, but I really want you to come check out my homeboy, man. I think he'll be better fitted for you or whatever. And so he took me to Pleasant Grove. I rode with him to Pleasant Grove one evening, and I ended up meeting Rags, and that was like maybe what Rags, probably like 8, 9 years ago, something like that.
In 12, yes,
12 years.
12 years ago. You was
Yeah, it
a
was.
kid. You was
Yeah, I was a kid for
a
real.
real
Yeah, I was a kid.
unorthodox kid,
Yeah,
a church boy. You was
yeah.
I call you a church thug kind of.
Nah, yeah.
You still, I mean, you're still a work in progress, but
Right.
uh
Sure.
what kept pulling you? You have a gift to sing, and then you have
Mhm.
a church background. Because I hear you always talk about, how your grandmother raised you in
Right.
church and stuff. But what
Yeah.
kept pulling you to that other side?
Man, to be honest with you, man, gang banging. My cousin, my daddy's brother, uh, my daddy's brother was from California. Uh, uh, and so like on the summers and holidays, we would go out there with him. Uh, and some summers and holidays we'll go out there with them. And he lived on 60th and 8th Street. And so I used to see all the game bangers and all that stuff like that. And so that made me want to indulge in it. And being from Oak Cliff, having a background in Arkansas, if you know, well, you probably don't know, but game banging was real strong in Arkansas
Yeah,
back
gang
then.
banging in Little Rock. Yeah,
Yeah. The documentary bringing a little right. Yeah.
yeah,
So I mean, so my uncle, my daddy baby brother, bought the game banger from California. He bought it to Arkansas, and so I started game banging rolling since the crib when I was like 11, 12 years old. So I would go out there and learn, like how to game bang and stuff, and quite naturally, kids would catch on, especially with Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne caught on and all that, and and so they want to know like, oh, you going out there, man? But you from here? Like, how they bang out there, whatever. And so I started showing them how to gang bang, and then it went downhill from there, man. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you are a success story because a lot of
for
people
sure,
don't come out of that lifestyle. Some people, uh, you was blessed to have upbringing because a lot of people when they get between a rock and a hard place, they don't know who to call. You
no,
always
for sure,
knew who to call, but tell
for
the
sure.
I don't want to hold you long, but tell
Okay,
the young kids. There's a lot of young kids think that this rap and this the hip hop, or I don't even want to call it hip hop because it's trash now. But
oh
but
yeah,
but I mean, because they're snitching on each other. They're snitching on themselves in their lyrics. Uh,
right,
they're not artists. They're just really talking on top of beats. And
for sure.
but
Yeah.
but tell the young kids, man, is the I know because I don't want to violate statute of limitations or nothing like that.
Mhm.
Is the inside in the penal system is anything worth going to the penitentiary?
Oh no, for sure, man. It ain't built for people. It's built for animals, just like the structure was. You a slave pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So I mean at the end of the day, I tell the young kids, man, you bet all nowadays 2023, man, you gonna get caught. You gonna get caught. Back then it was a little bit different because you didn't have phones and cameras all the time, so there's a lot of stuff that we did that went unseen or went unheard of or whatever because it wasn't so many cameras.
Mm,
But nowadays, you gonna go to jail, bro. Like I mean, it don't matter. It don't matter how smooth you are. None of that. You gonna get caught, bro. Even whether it's a day later from the crime you did, 5 years later, 10 years later, you gonna get caught up, bro. You gonna go to jail. My partner just got picked up for murder. I grew up with. He just got picked up for murder. Picked up for murder about 2 months ago now. It was all on Instagram and stuff. But yeah, I grew up with that dude, man. Sterling Butler, that's my brother, man. Yeah, and so how we grew up, he was staying in that lifestyle. He said he even told my brother, he was like, man, yeah, yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, I just tell the young cats, man, just stay out of trouble, man. Make sure you keep God first for real, man. I understand when you serving God, man, it's a personal thing. So many people nowadays. Now I gotta get into it, Rag. I gotta talk about it, Doc.
Talk about it, bro.
People so big on yes, sir. People so big on this spiritual stuff and crystals and rocks and all this other stuff like this and having stage and believing in Mother Universe and all that type of stuff like that, man. Look, man, the real deal is Jesus Christ, bro. The real deal is Jesus Christ, man. What mama and them taught us, grandma and them taught us growing up, bro, it's real. If you don't believe it, bro, I mean, just something small, just go on the internet and look up the mark of the beast symbol. Now you can pay with your hand. They putting chips in your hand where you can pay with your hand. Go read Revelation, bro. Go read Revelation. You will see where it talk about the mark of the beast, where it can go in your forehead and in your hand and in your wrist. You know what I'm saying? Go read about that, man. You see how real it is. I mean, this thing is real, bro. So all that spirituality stuff and crystals and all that sage and believing in energy and all that. Look, bro, all that is bull crap, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, all that is bull crap. And you know what? What's so crazy is the Bible say that the younger people gonna be weaker but wiser, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But and so you believing in every wind of doctrine, man. You just got to look at it, bro. We the only people that's fought against the most. You know what I
Right,
mean? In the Christian community, everybody trying
right.
to prove us wrong and trying to say they have, and that all the evidence they got is through physical evidence.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't never us in the Christian community, we ain't never been moved by physical, bro. We always been moved by faith. You know what I'm saying?
Spirit.
Faith is
Yeah.
right, yeah, right.
Faith is
Faith is
evidence of things you can't see.
things,
Yeah.
right, and so you know, what my pastor said one time, he told me, he said, faith is I believe it, then you show me. But not having faith is I believe it. I mean, you show me, then I believe it. You see what I'm
Right,
saying? And so
right.
kind of like with Thomas, damn Thomas, he was like, man, let me just see the holes in your hand. Let me see the holes in your feet and all that, and then I believe, and God said, Jesus said, blessed the man that have not seen, but yet he still believe. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm,
So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's all about just believing, man. And this world is built for you to get deterred away from the truth.
mm,
Literally, this world is just a game. Y'all like to play games. Y'all young kids love to play games so much, man. Um, the objective about playing the game is to finish and win the game. You know what I'm saying? But
mm-hmm.
so many y'all out there playing the game and losing because y'all getting deterred from from other stuff like crystals and sage and energy and all that Mother Earth and all that other stuff, man. You gotta stay the course and stick to what you believe in, man. And at the end of the day, you know, like grandma said, it's been there in the word. It's been there in the word the whole time. It's still
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So,
For sure, for sure.
yes, sir.
I remember you
Yes, sir.
uh well, we've been around each other so much, but the
Yeah.
impact of some of the stuff that you taught me uh about, it's something you said a long time ago. I don't know whether you remember, but we was rehearsing and
Mhm.
you said some stuff, and as I'm around like the young cats, I was around one yesterday, I mean the other day. I noticed every time I say something, he got something to say back. But years ago, you said something about when you was locked up, about how you don't gesture with your hands and how you keep your mouth shut and how you
Mm.
know the difference in the streets and the difference the way you carry yourself when you incarcerated, and how you ran into cats that didn't do that, and they're no longer with us. But you
Right.
told me what I got from it is these young cats are always running their mouth, man.
Oh
And
yeah, for
you
sure.
can't tell them nothing. And they think they know something, but I always, I told you from day one, the greatest leader was a better listener.
For real.
Yeah, the greatest leader was a better listener. So
For
hit
sure.
on that, hit on the difference in these street cats talking and bumping, but then when it's getting there, it get real.
Oh yeah, man. Man, I remember I was in Luke Sterry, man, and and we were going to arraignment court, and and like they put you in the holding cell to go to arraignment court or whatever. And I was in there with this young cat. Uh man, I think he had to be like, I want to say he wasn't, I think he was like, man, he had to be like 15, 16, man. He was young though, you know. And back then, a lot of people, they'd be like, instead of Texas, the legal age is 17. You don't know till you get in there, man. But yeah, so I think he was like 15 to 17, man. But anyway, he was tatted up, had tattoos all on his face and everything. And they gave us some sandwiches. And the dude was just in there talking and all that, hey, man, I don't care. Man, I'm gonna do all this stuff, man. I don't care. Man, he got his name got called, he went to court. And he came back and he had ate his sandwich or whatever. He came back and he went and sat in the corner. And he was just sitting there. I was like, "Hey, bro, you good over there?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm all right, man." And I was like, "Hey, I got extra sandwich over here. You want that?" Because I already ate mine. I ate like two or three of them. I was like, "I got another sandwich over here. You want this one?" He was like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good." And he was like, "Man, I don't even want none, man. My stomach hurt." And then he went to he said he had to go. He ended up throwing up, and he was throwing up a lot, you know what I'm saying? And he was an old school cat in there too. He was like, man, I told you, like, boy, them youngsters, boy, they be trying to be so tough, boy. He done got that time. I think they gave him like I want to say they gave him like 5 or 10 or something like that. But yeah, he was over there throwing up, man, but he was just so hard and gangster before he went to arraignment court, man.
Yeah.
Uh, and so yeah, and arraignment court, man, it just basically tell you, it's tell you about what you're looking for. It ain't like real court. It tell you pretty much what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, but he went there and he found out what his charge was looking like, what it looked like he was finna get. And he went, yeah, he was throwing up, man. He was sitting over there quiet and trying to go to sleep and all that, man. But yeah, man, that's why I tell the young cats nowadays, man. Man, I'm telling you, they trying to be so tough, man. And all you doing is just going to jail. That's literally all you doing, bro. Like you can't do nothing else. You don't want to get no job. You want to, and then this I want to say this too, man. Stop trying to be rappers. Every young cat, if they not getting no job, stop trying to be a rapper, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ain't gotta be, you ain't got go to school, get you a trade, man. Go to the military, like do something that's gonna impact your life in the future, man. Um, and stop trying to take chances just for a quick buck. You know what I mean? Because what I learned is when you doing something that you love to do, it ain't like work. You know what I'm saying? The work gonna come. Don't focus on the check. Focus on your focus on the craft that you got.
yeah,
Don't focus on the check, focus on the craft. I promise you, and the check gonna come. You know what I'm saying? The check
yeah.
gonna come, man. But that's why I tell the young kids nowadays, man. But like I said before, man, you gonna get caught. You gonna end up in there dead. And so yeah, that's just what it is, man. I mean, I used to say probably like 5 years ago, I used to always push to the younger cats like, man, the game meant, to get in and get out, it ain't meant to be in, because I'm gonna tell you, you will find out ain't nobody no gangster, bro. Ain't nobody no gangster. A gangster person don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Gangster is what you do. It ain't who you are. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, them people that say they gangsters, done been in some places because ain't nobody, come on, man, ain't nobody that tough. Ain't nobody that hard, man.
Right.
And like I said, in there you'll see people breaking and folding, man. And so regularly, you know what I mean? You'll figure out, like, man, people, I know it ain't no gangsters out there, bro. So you might as well just put it up, man. Play the game how it's supposed to go. Get you a family, get you a trade, work and make you money, save your money
Yeah.
for a hard day, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, bro, like really get a relationship with Jesus Christ, man, because this world is coming to an end, and he getting ready to come back again. So get you a relationship with Christ, man. That's personal. That way you ain't worried about these people. You ain't worried about the preaching and the wrong they doing, and and all that type of stuff. You ain't worried about church folk and you going to church and people don't accept you and that. You ain't gonna be worried about none of that. Cause your
Yeah.
relationship with him gonna you know what I mean? Your relationship with him gonna outshine all of that, bro. You know what I mean? So it's what you do with him behind closed doors, man. It's how he keep you in a decent mindset. He keep you with health and strength. Keep you with money in your pocket, bills paid, and food on your table, clothes on your back. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just get a relationship with him, man. It might sound, because when I was young, man, I ain't want to hear that. I ain't want to hear
Right.
none of that.
Right.
But to the young people that do want to the young people that is trying to find a better way in life, man, because they done seen that their lifestyle ain't getting them nowhere. Understand, man. You ain't gonna get nowhere with that, bro. I promise you, you ain't gonna get nowhere with that, man. You gonna end up just like my partner, with a life sentence. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man.
But what about, okay, now, okay, you tell them don't go to the streets, but
Mhm.
at the church, you go to the church. Uh, as you know, uh, KBG, we're not accepted in churches. I mean, some churches look at us
Mhm.
like we unorthodox. You don't dress like a quartet or traditional. You don't even sing like a
Yeah, I got on. Yeah, I
traditional
got,
quartet guy. I mean, you know what I'm
right,
saying? So
right.
what's the problem in the church? The church is judging you because you might wear a cap, or you might not have on a three-piece suit with a tie on. So the
Right.
church ain't accepting you. So if you only getting love in the streets, I mean, where does that cat go? Because our role models in the church, they don't accept us. We got to conform to them, and that really ain't the word. So what would you tell them?
I mean, like you was saying the other day at rehearsal, man. Even Jesus said it. Jesus said, "Man, I went to my own, and my own received me not." You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, see what I've learned about people, man. People are fickle. They'll be with you one day and against you the next. I mean, we talking about the same people that in one chapter, in one of the four gospels. I don't want to quote it right now, but I don't want to talk about it. But one chapter in the four gospels, they was telling Jesus like, hey, they came outside the synagogue, and Jesus was saying how he was the Son of God and all this, and they wanted to kill him, for saying that he was the Son of God. And the next chapter, they were trying to make him the leader of the Roman government, and
Yeah,
Jesus just dipped out and just went to the mountains and started praying, you know what I mean? So I'm went to sleep. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, these people ain't fickle, man. They'll be with you one day and against you the next. And the reason why they was against Jesus, trying to get him to be the leader of the Roman government, because he fed them with two fish and 5 loaves of bread. He kept
yeah.
multiplying it. So they were happy at that point. But stuff like that, man. What I learned is people are fickle, man. You know what I'm saying? The only love that we can find in Christ is through Christ. It's not in the church. You know what I mean? You go to church, you got to understand why you go to church. You don't go to church to have a good relationship with Jesus Christ. You don't go to church to get blessings from Jesus. You know what I mean? You don't go to church to to go to heaven. You go to church because it's a hospital. You know what I'm saying? You go there to learn. You go there to be around like-minded individuals such as yourself, you know what I mean? And so that's why I say you take that with a grain of salt. Cause them same people you're looking at be sexual be with sexual immoral, and you know,
Yeah,
they be cheaters and liars and stealers and killers, you know what I mean, and all that. And man, I mean that's and even the pastor. I could be saying all that, that's probably the pastor. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I
So
mean, but at the end of
yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
but you gotta look at it, man. When you looking for a package from the Amazon man, you don't care what that Amazon man look like. I want that package. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I mean, just give me that package. So I'm good after I get that package, man. So well, I mean, it don't look at the pastor, don't look at the church folk. You got to understand why you going there. You going there to be around. The Bible said, "Forsaking not the assembly," man. So you got to go to church to be around like-minded individual, or just be around your people. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to don't take it like no way. Just keep your relationship with Jesus Christ personal. I don't mean hold it in where nobody can't see it, but I'm just saying don't let what somebody think about you be predicated on how your relationship is with Christ. Or I don't believe in God. Look at them church people. Look at their pastor. Look how he do. Nah, bro, that ain't got nothing to do with Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with Jesus
yeah.
Christ. And, hey,
Right,
Reg, you gotta forgive me. I keep saying Jesus Christ because people like to use God too
right,
much
right.
nowadays.
I
It made
dig
me
it.
nervous.
Yeah, you good, you good, you good, you good. So
Yeah,
so
man.
basically you saying you go that's the spiritual hospital. So basically
Fire for
you're
sure.
telling people that Christ is in you. It's a lifestyle. You
For
shouldn't,
sure.
go to church to find Christ. He ought to be with you all the time. Yeah,
All the time.
yeah, all
Nah,
the
for
time.
real.
Yeah,
For real,
yeah,
man.
that's
I
real
mean,
talk.
you know, a lot of people got it. Like, you know, you ask people nowadays, hey, you got a relationship with Jesus Christ? Oh yeah, I go to church. I went to church last week. You know, I'm like, nah, that ain't what I asked you, bro. Do you
Yeah,
know him? Because you know, at the end of the, I always say this, right? At the end of the day, Jesus said it's gonna be a lot of people say, Lord, Lord, haven't we done all these wonderful works in your name? Depart from me, I never knew you. And so what he meant by I never knew you, of course we know him. Even atheists know him. You know what I'm saying? Even
yeah,
people that believe in spirituality know him, and you know what I mean? And so I mean, but what constitutes a relationship is you knowing him and he knowing you. Like I can say all day, I know Jay-Z. And I do know Jay-Z. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to Jay-Z and ask him, do he know me? He'd be like, nah, who is that? I don't know him. You know what I'm saying?
right,
That's
right.
because we don't have a relationship. But I do know him. In fact, I do know him. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
what constitutes it? Yeah, you got to know him and he got to know you. So
yeah. A reciprocation. Yeah,
right,
gotta be
reciprocation. That's right.
reciprocated. Yeah.
That's right.
I
Yes,
like that.
sir.
I like that. I like that. So,
Yes, sir.
KBG been rolling for a little while, man. We started,
Mm-hmm.
man, it was basically uh, you and I and Tyrone. Then we got Big Baby. But we've been
Mm-hmm.
working and God send you in because I write. Then he's sending,
Mm-hmm.
different people in and we're about to hit the studio real, real tough. And
Yes, sir.
we can really shake up. I always tell y'all don't we're not a quartet. Don't because we're going to the club. We're gonna hit the highways and byways, compel man
Yes,
to
sir.
Christ. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Yes, sir.
about
Yes, sir.
just staying in the four walls and being traditional or whatever. Uh
Mm-hmm.
I'm a I won't say a rebel, but I'm a troublemaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can stir trouble. The
for
greatest,
sure.
I'm an agitator. I'll say that. Some of our greatest
Yes,
leaders
sir.
were agitators. Uh,
Yes,
they
sir.
killed Martin Luther King because he was an agitator. He
Yes, sir.
agitated some issues, and
For sure.
I'm an agitator. So standing with me, uh, you're gonna have to. I like to say you got to hold your own because
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
go
for
in some
sure.
hostile environments. But
Mhm.
God is giving you a gift, and you're definitely a success story from where
Amen.
you've been and from what we can, talk about and what things that you can't really talk about. But we
Yeah, no.
I know that
Right.
a lot of things that some of the younger men I've been around and everybody that came in it with us, you've seen it that they're now deceased. And
Right.
not even in the world. Some of the guys that we dealt with in this music thing in church, they're all basically deceased. So it's like
Right.
we the last two standing, and God has brought young cats in. You made a statement at rehearsal about a gentleman. I ain't gonna talk about that, but that was strong. That showed me maturity. That showed
Yes,
me
sir.
maturity. And I just want to tell the young men, you can come up, but young people, y'all gotta learn to listen.
Right.
Young, yeah, I see your growth, Lil Jay, from when I first got around you. But what I love about you is you listen. And the Bible says that those who have an ear, let them hear.
I'm here. Yep. Yep.
It's sad that these young people don't listen.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir.
it's sad that we can get on our podcast, we can get on YouTube, and we talk all this negative stuff, but we need to start talking about the positive. What about that brother that did turn it around? What about that brother that is maintaining himself? And what about that brother that turned it around? We need to see more of you out there rather than
that's right.
the one that's out there killing and stealing and raping and doing that kind of crap.
Right.
So how do you plan on doing that? I mean, through music, through how do you plan on doing that through music?
To be honest with you, Raj, I struggle with that, man, because I struggled with that past tense because I would see all these quartet groups and stuff like that and how polished they is, and granted, you don't never know nobody background or whatever, if they don't talk about it, man. But I do love my boy Maurice Yancey. I really mess with him a lot. We got similar backgrounds, but and so I really like him a lot, man. And but the other guys, they seem very, polished and spiffy and all that stuff. But like I said, you never know what people been through, man, what they went through or whatever. But for me, man, I don't want to come off like that. I ain't trying to come off like, Raz, this, we done talked about this multiple times. Our first EP, we got to stick to it. I told you it got to be named Gospel Misfits for sure. And so, Quartet Misfits, you know what I mean? Whatever. But we got to do it just the way God gave it to us, man. You know what I mean? We can't put no bows on it. We can't add nothing to it, take nothing from it, man. I got to give them me. Because if I don't give them me, then I'll be doing a disservice, man. And he could have gave to anybody, the gift of ministry through song, man. That he is polished like that because I'm trying to act like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But I gotta be me because he gave it to me, and I'm not like that. But I was trying to be like that because that's why one of the reasons why we never talked about this, Red, but that's one of the reasons why I used to always wear suits because I wanted to be a quartet dude so bad. Um, and I worked at a bank, you know what I'm saying, at that time, you remember? Where it wasn't no bank, it was Speedy Cash. But
Yeah.
but
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Work
but
with money.
yeah, I was working with money. And so it was kind of fitted for what I was doing at that time. And I always wanted to be like, like quartet guys or whatever, man. And so yeah, I mean, um man, I ended up I was trying to be like them, man. But what I learned is, in quartet or when you're doing this ministry, period, man. Let me say this. I gotta tell them this, right? Back in 2018, I preached my first sermon. And so yeah, I mean, I learned that, that you be doing God a disservice to, to try to be somebody else, with the gift that he gave you. You know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah,
to be who you are. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So, and so for me, man, I'm gonna give it to him how I am. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be how I am. If I come in there with, with a Nautica shirt on, with Nautica hat and some fresh white forces with some blue jeans on or something like that, that's
Yeah.
how I am. Don't judge me, cause you can't judge me. You know what I'm saying? And then if you do, I don't care. But I still love you though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, already.
Because at the end of
Already.
the day, Jesus Christ said, this what got me right here. This what smashed everything that them church people do, that them religious church people be doing, and the Christians that sit at home and talk about you when they see you, looking too worldly. The
Mm-hmm.
Bible said in John chapter 3, verse 16, that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. And
Mm-hmm.
whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. But this is my favorite verse. Down in 17, verse 17, it said, for God sent not his son into this world that this world may be condemned, but through this world, but through his son, this world may be saved. So God didn't even send his own son into this world to condemn somebody. You know what I mean? And if Jesus didn't even come to condemn me, what you think you gonna do to me? You know what I'm saying? You can't condemn me, bro. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I
yeah,
really want to say something else, Reg.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah,
but yeah, man. Yeah, I can say this time for all the holy folks. But who the hell are you to condemn me? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because
yeah,
at the end of the day, I gotta go stand in front of him, and so man. Yeah, I'm gonna give him me, Reg. I'm gonna give him who I am unapologetically. You know, yeah, I got a speech impediment. We'll talk about that another time.
yeah,
But I'm gonna give him me. You know what I'm saying? You listen to me. You hear what's in our hearts, what we got to do, for the Lord, and we got to bring it this way, because it's the way that the young people gonna take it. That this the way the young people gonna catch on. We ain't all polishing. We ain't coming in there with skinny jeans on, skinny tight church pants, and with them pulled up over
look,
to our
bro.
shins. No,
Yeah,
we're not doing none of that. We
nah,
coming in there.
nah,
We coming in there the way that Jesus put it in our heart. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We may be spiffy
already.
one day. Most of the time, we gonna be looking like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. I don't care. So I mean, that's how I'm gonna give it to him, Red.
already. Well, hey, I mean, that's the best way to sum this thing up. Because
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to doing some big things. And if y'all, to the listeners, y'all heard him say he preached his first sermon in 2018. I
Mm-hmm.
praise God for that, because
Amen.
I've been in music my whole life, but I tell people I don't groom fools. I groom ambassadors and servants for
Amen.
Christ. Donald
Amen.
Drake's
Amen.
a preacher. Reverend Jordan's a preacher. It's a lot of cats that I work with in the music industry. Now they're
Amen.
preachers and they're preaching the gospel. So
Amen.
I thank God for Lil Jay. I consider him this
Amen.
my little bro. And
Amen.
what we're about to do with this kill cancer thing with Kirk Cares and the ministry, man, some doors are gonna open, and
Mm-hmm.
it's I always told you we're gonna take some different routes than what the norm, the church norm,
Mm-hmm.
is used to seeing, and we gotta stand bold with it, and we'll be innovators in this avenue with this kill cancer. I can see
Amen.
it going all over the world. I really can, and
Amen.
I can see you being a forerunner on that
Mhm.
with KBG. Uh,
Amen. Amen.
in 2 weeks, everybody, y'all in Muskogee, Oklahoma, if y'all want to hear this man wobble and hear a true singer, if you want to hear the Sam Cooke, if you want to hear the Temptations, this ain't nothing but a young cat with an old spirit, a
For
soulful
sure.
voice. But we'll be in Muskogee, Oklahoma, on October the 21st at 4 o'clock at the Loving Mount Calvary Baptist Church, where Pastor Gary Hall is the pastor. Y'all be there because it's going to be a treat. And before we leave, because I know you're an old school cat, man, just give the people just a taste of what they're gonna get. Don't give them much, because you know people, because this cancer thing, man, we asking people to not buy your Big Mac, not buy your hamburger, and just be real. Take some of your wine money, take some of your cigar money, take some of your weed money, and give it to cancer that day. But hey, tell them, just give them a taste what this Texas tornado gonna hit Oklahoma, man. Give them a taste of what they gonna get that day, bro, and take us out.
All right, doctor. I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, you will. God bless you, Doc. Yes, sir.
Right,
yes, sir.
We out of here.
God bless you, man.
Watching Testimony
Take care.
We out.
I take care.